Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for a weekly angel reading for December 18th through the 24th, 2017. So let's just take a moment to take a deep breath. And before I begin, I just want to remind you, the angels are guiding me to remind you of the offer for clients. There's always a promotional discount for first time clients, so if you're not aware of that. But also, they're offering that promotional discount to previous clients, through through January 1st. So anytime on that day and before, that offer is open to all clients at this time. So if you probably more than likely at this point now, they'll be scheduled after the holidays, but you can still, they're valid. It's valid at any time as long as you purchase the reading before or on um, January 1st. Okay? All right, so let's take a deep breath together and just really let go of any stress, okay? And be aware in this week, as we're leading into the holiday season, just be aware of your breath and um, because what they're trying to tell me right now is that when you hold your breath, what you're doing is you're not allowing yourself to be in alignment with your intuition, your guidance. So the reason that our anxieties kind of get high is because without the breath, we're depriving ourselves of your divine or angelic information. And so breathing allows you to be open to those higher frequencies of solutions. And so by holding your breath, you're only increasing that your stress levels and anxiety, because you know naturally your soul, that connection with your inner being is something that it's like a lifeline, and every part of you knows that you're supposed to always be connected to that, and it knows from which its source provides the help that it needs. And so if you're not breathing, you are not allowing that flow of information to come through and to support you. So pay attention to making sure that you are breathing. So really tune into your body. And they're also indicating the word sleep. So make sure that you get rest. So this is not the time to, and at any time they're saying, it is never an option to choose to cheat your sleep hour. You're supposed to get those hours of sleep, because when you're sleeping, you're in a state of allowing. You're no longer resisting. And so think about 24 hours and 8 hours we take and carve out for allowing, where you're allowing your body and your emotions and your mental state, all of the aspects, components of your being, to be in a state of allowing and alignment. And you may say, oh, when I'm dreaming, I have nightmares and that's scary. But even when you're dreaming, you don't resist. When you're sleeping, you're not resisting. And when your dreams are not resistant either. Because if you notice, when you're dreaming, you go from one situation to the next, and you don't say, wait, I don't want to do this. Hold on. You keep responding. So it's what we should be doing in our waking dreams, meaning when we're sort of no longer sleeping, but it's still a dream, right? So we should be doing the same thing, and we can apply this practice if we think about it, because if we can do it when we're asleep, we can really do it when we're awake. And the only difference in what resistance that we put up is the dis- the difference is that we think we want things to stop. We worry, and we want to think, and you call thinking worrying, but well, you call thinking thinking, and worry and thinking is really worrying. And what you're accepting about yourself is that you won't be able to make the right decision when the time comes. So you anticipate with worry about what it is that you can or cannot do. And in a dream, when you're dreaming, you just show up. I mean, this has really become clear to me this week in some of the readings for the daily card messages about what showing up means, because I didn't get it. And I would have a friend of mine who would always just, quote this to me about showing up, even to do these readings when it used to terrify me to do them. And I didn't get it, and but now I do, and I get it from from things that can instances that happen in our lives, from the different circumstances, um, what it really means to show up. And I'm one of those people that's right there along with you in worrying about, trying to control the outcome and worrying ahead of time. And I recently had an experience where I just put that aside, and I had this sense of trust that what I needed to know, all the information, is really there in the present. So you can't anticipate the future. You have to be present, be in the present moment, because the information that shows up when you show up, other people show up, or the event or circumstances, everything shows up. And that's when you will have the concrete information that you need to really make your decision. But if you're anticipating and worrying, then when you get there, you may be there, but you're not really present, and therefore you will feel insecure. And so what your idea of being insecure is, it's just a practice of not being present. Wow, that's really interesting, right? It's a practice of not being present. And so if we can just give the universe the time, because you got to remember this is a co-creative process. And if you can give the universe the time to show up, because it always shows up, we just don't show up. So we're not present, but the universe is present with us. And so if you trust by showing up, being present, then the universe will reveal to you what you need to know. It will reveal to you what resonates with you and what doesn't resonate with you. And then you just have to trust and make that decision. But the thing is that it will be clear as a bell as long as you show up, any, not bringing what you have, what you're projecting. So if you're bringing your projections into the moment, like the way you think things are going to go because you judge them this way through your fear, through the ego, then you won't have the clear information. And so then this distrust or doubt and all these components, feeling inadequate, feeling awkward, all of this is a sign that you're not present. It doesn't have anything to do with you being unworthy. Okay, see that little slight difference. We blame. It's like almost like we say something's wrong with the core of us, and this is never true, because the core of you is literally the source of you, and so and God is never screwed up in this way. So therefore, you can never be screwed up. But the thing is that we have free will, and we put things into practice. And so what we've done is that we put into practice not showing up and being present, and then letting what is present be communicate with us. So this is something that we want to help you with. And so pay attention to, don't take your anxiety or stress levels personally. It's just that you're practicing something in that moment that's not helping. And in this case, it's breathing. You're not breathing, you're not allowing. Because when you're breathing, you're allowing. And inspiration is sort of the intake of the spirit, right? So that breath, intake of breath. And that's important, that inspiration, the only way to, and that's the communication. I believe inspiration is the voice of God. And so when you say, I'm cut off or I'm blocked, it's because you stop allowing. And if you check in with your body, you're probably not breathing, you're holding your breath, which means you're holding out on the information. You're not showing up, you're not being present. And then make sure that you don't cheat yourself of sleep, because that's 8 hours of practice that you, where you allow rather than resist. Okay? Let me just tune in and see what else is coming up energy-wise for this week. And they're giving me a sense of paying attention. So they wrote the word cafe, which is my word for networking. So when you're interacting with people, they're giving me a sense that you cope in a certain way. And I don't know why it's like there's this feeling of you burning the candle at both ends, sort of thing. So one of the things they want you to do is when you're interacting with other people, pay attention to your body, okay? Pay attention to your breath and making sure that you're breathing so that you are being open to and it'll indicate to you how present you're being. And notice how your body relaxes when you just allow yourself to breathe, when you just let go, because when you're holding your body, you're holding tension, and so just let go of it. That's all. And notice how that helps you, and how rewarding it is as the information or guidance sort of just comes through, or even that you just feel a little less vulnerable. They're giving me an indication that you just feel a little less vulnerable or exposed, or and don't be afraid of your sensitivity, meaning your empathic abilities, or your ability to be aware of what's really going on around you and how others are feeling. They keep writing the word help out in front of me, and so this is how you help others. This information allows you to be of use, or to be of help, of the word service, to others. So you have these abilities that you maybe are shying away from. I don't know why in particular this time of the year, but somehow you, the, bringing back to me as I was pulling one of the cards, this sense of family. And so maybe when you're around your family, you tend to doubt your natural instincts. What they want you to do is, my phrase, channel the love. This is something I've always known my whole life. This feeling, I feel it flowing through me when I'm talking and communicating with people. And it helps me to know that what I'm doing is, that it helps me to know that I'm present, that I'm actually showing up. I didn't know it was that back then, but now I understand it. And when I'm showing up and I'm being present, then I'm also allowing the fullness of the presence of God, to be present with me and to share that wisdom. So you're allowing that, you're being a conduit for connecting someone else with God in that way. So don't when you go around your family, don't cut yourself off from this aspect of yourself. Be yourself, but you don't have to. You may not be comfortable being open about it, but just channel the love. Just speak in love. I mean, love is present always in all kinds of conversations. So you don't have to worry about the choices of your words. Just be the love. This will help you um, to help you to be less anxious or stressed about some of the things that you're doing, the activities. I was out yesterday in the city and it was like a madhouse. I've never seen it like that. So, you know, it, it's a lot of stress, and obviously, people are, getting prepared for the holidays. But the thing is to keep breathing, okay? All right, let's take a look at the card for the theme of the week. Let me see this. Turn it around. Uh huh. So we have the Archangel Raphael, and this card is Angel Therapy. And so this card says, "Give your cares and worries to us angels and allow us to take your burdens." So this is in this week with the angels, and Archangel Raphael really want to help you with is not taking on anything extra. So I'm hearing, and this relates to just the time of the year. Don't take on more than you feel comfortable with. Okay? So one of the things about that makes this time of the year stressful is that we start taking on more we um, than it's in alignment for us to take on. And you have to know what is yours and what is someone else's to deal with. You can't, you know, save everybody, and you can't put more responsibilities. Even if I'm hearing, don't put your body. Okay, don't put more stress on your body than is necessary. So you may want to do a lot of things. You may want to run here and there, but you have to listen to your body. Okay, and don't think that your body is fighting you because your body, your mind, your consciousness, all of this is always working as an ensemble. They don't work independently. So when your body starts to speak and maybe feels like, oh, I'm tired, this is a sign, they're saying, that you're doing too much. Your thought process about the situation is, overactive, and you're probably not really being intuitive about what you think others are expecting from you, and that you're putting too much pressure on yourself. And if you allow yourself to just listen to your body, then and take that little moment for yourself, it'll free your energy up, and you'll get better insights about what it is that will really um, be appropriate for you to do for what the occasions that you're planning for, or some kind of interaction. But your every part of you is communicating together. They're always in sync with one another, and so listen so that you can get that correct perspective. Just getting a sense that you may be over planning, or you're worried, or kind of compensate for things that you feel are not good enough, or you're not doing enough, or this person won't like what you're gonna do, and your body is maybe giving you some signs of being a little tired and stressed because you're putting too much on your plate. You're giving yourself more work to do than is necessary, and you're forgetting that it's the love. Love is the real gift here. At this time, love is the real gift at any time. And so if you just allow that love to sort of inspire you, then everything will be in harmony. You'll be in alignment with your body, your spirit, your emotions, your mental aspect. All of this will feel you'll feel in alignment with it all. So don't put too much on yourself, okay? Than you need. You're safe. That's what the angels are indicating to you. And ask them for help and for guidance, when you're feeling unsure. Let's take a look at the card for the beginning of the week. All right. So there's a lot of energy. The Eight of Fire. This card indicates, a very active time. The week starts off very active, and I'm getting excited. Probably the whole week is probably going to be this way. Um, and you may feel like you got a lot of things going on. So this card definitely can indicate feeling overwhelmed as well and stressed by a lot of things just happening at once. And so what you need to do, and what the angels are reminding you to do, is to ask for help. And really what you have to do is that you have to focus. Okay, so although all these components are coming, that's why it's going to be so important to make sure that you're checking in and breathing, and then following the impulses that come to you. Like, this, if this is coming to you to do this right now, then do that. Trust, because when you're breathing, like, the information, the universe can keep up with what's going on with you in your life. So this is the first thing they want you to understand. They can keep up. Okay, the universe is far more fluent in um, the busyness. The universe is fluent in activity. So it can what we think we're going through when we all of a sudden seem busy. The universe is 10 times faster than that, and probably faster than that. Okay, so the thing is that that's why you need to trust your body, breathe, and let those ideas that occur to you. You may get like a sudden insight, or you may have this gut instinct to do this right then and there, or there's an impulse. And so follow the impulses, because their messages just paving the way, that path of relief for you. And you'll feel energized through the whole process if you don't question the impulses or the insights or the sort of directives that you feel like you're getting. Like, you just feel this strong urge to do this and to go handle this first, even though you got all this stuff, and you're thinking to yourself, oh, I don't know where to begin. Go with your instincts, go with your impulses. And this will put you on that frequency of really being divine, because the universe is always embracing change. And you're seeing all these changes as opposition, because the ego resists change. And so when things are happening, it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. It means that you have allowed yourself to be open to the high vibration of activity. But it just feels like, because most of the times we spend ourselves, it feels like we're in slow mo, and then all of a sudden when it's fast speed, you panic, you know. But don't do that. Just go with the impulses, and don't take on any more than is right for you. And that's part of that. Those instincts and impulses is knowing what's right for you and what's not right for you, and just trusting and handing it off to whomever, or just saying no, or just saying no to this foolishness of in your mind that's telling you you have to do it this particular way. Okay, so just really be open to your own impulses and instincts. This is a great time when activity is flowing, and your own divine um, intuition is flowing as well. Okay, so we have another card 8 here. And this is the Eight of Pentacles, or the Eight of Earth. And so this card usually indicates um, working on something that you're passionate about, and learning and refining and trying to do it better. So I get a sense that that you have an opportunity to get this, to do this better, to do something better in this week. And it could just relate to this whole experience of this week, where you learn to take better care of yourself. You learn to you learn not to make such a fuss of things, or take things for granted, or like your health, or put yourself in impossible positions that you weren't really meant to be stressed out in that way. So I just get this sense of you learning how to take better care of yourself and your experiences. Okay, let me just tune in and see if there's anything else that's coming up about this card. And this is a little weird. So I'm seeing sort of a window, and um, it looked like the blinds were sort of like, you know how those blinds, you and one side, because when you pull them, like, you can make one side go up higher than the other if you don't quite know how to do it, so that you take your time, and so that both sides come up together. But the thing about it was, it looked like a guillotine, because it was like one side was high up, and so it just gives me a sense of you needing to be patient, learning to be patient, to take your time, and to, when you're dealing with a situation. So it's like this is an opportunity for you, because windows represent an opportunity, and um, you know, to take your time to make sure you're doing things that suit you, so that they don't create these sort of adverse situations. There's something more about this, and maybe I'll click into it a little bit later. But this vision, I think is interesting. Blinds usually for me are, when I see them over a window, have represented depression. To me, for some reason, that's just a sign that they give me, especially when they're closed. So but the blinds aren't open; they're open. It's just that you're not. It's awkward. You're trying to figure it out, and so it's something like you're coming out of something, um, and it's feeling a little awkward. So I'm getting a sense that it may feel awkward for you to be open to an opportunity, or the lessons that you're learning. You may feel awkward with them, like being not doing helping everyone, or taking everything on yourself, and where others have expected you to do that, and you've always expected of yourself, or you just accepted it, and now you are you're saying no, but it feels a little awkward. And I get the sense just to be patient with this. It takes a little time just to learn how to operate this. But the thing is that it's gonna lift a lot off of you, like that depression, or that any low kind of vibrating frequency of emotions are going to start to really lift off of you. And the whole point is that it's better that you try, that you're, even though it may be awkward and you feel like you're out of sorts, and this is not how you don't feel like yourself, because you're actually doing something right for yourself. And that other condition, even though it didn't feel good, you were just used to it, you were coping. Okay, and so just be patient as you learn to cope in a different way. I don't know if cope is the right word to put there, but it's just going to take time for you to adjust. And so, but know that it's a good thing. This is a good kind of awkwardness, to because you're at least doing it for yourself, for your own health, okay, and well-being. Now let's take a look at the card for the end of the week. And all right, so we have a 7 in the major arcana, the Chariot card. So this card indicates, it says, an important achievement, self-discipline, and willpower. So, and I'm really just drawn to that willpower here. So somehow you find the inner strength and courage and determination to just move in a certain way. And I feel like this is really sort of talking about, like, what we were just discussing, that you're gonna find a new sense of self. Like they kept writing the word out, fresh, to me in this reading, and especially in the beginning. And so it's going to be like a fresh start for you. And it's no better than the present to begin something. Especially, you could always say, well, no, I'll just wait till next year and then I'll set it up better. No, now is the time for you to do this, and to establish this. I remember I was watching something the other day on TV, and this shaman in the program was clearing a room in the hospital on the ICU unit, and this is a TV show, but it was poignant in that, everyone was scared to put a patient in the room because people kept dying one after the other, and so this Hawaiian shaman went into the room and he did whatever he did. He came out, and what he told the doctor, if I can put it, he said, you can't write over like just a lot of things that happen in there, and you can't erase it, but what you can do is write over it, so energetically. And so it's sort of like this, you can't write over the past, you can't erase it, but what you can do is you can write over it. You can implement, so something new, something better. And this is the time where I'm getting a feeling like for you right now is to, when you show up and you're present, you will write a new script. You'll write something energetically new and fresh, and it will be rewarding for you to do this. And this is, you could always be waiting for. I feel like we're always waiting for something to end. So, and then we think that ending means a clear break, and we're done, and then we can just build something new. No, because if you notice, if you keep waiting and waiting, you just keep waiting and waiting, right? And so it's about this. With the Chariot, is like it's about your focusing your mind and focusing your will. And when you change your mind, and I feel like this is what could possibly happen, is that there's going to be this clear shift where you go from the minor arcana, like the sort of the mundane, everyday, ordinary experiences, to the spiritual plane of existence, this grander scheme. You tune into the grander scheme, and you realize that the will, your free will, your divine will, that you can activate this and sort of begin to make the changes in steps that really sort of lays forward or paves the new experience that you're wanting. So it's in your grasp to do this, and it's about you making that decision and change of perspective and writing in that sort of implementing the solutions. Instead of always working from fixing the problem, just work from implementing the solution. Okay? All right, let's take a look at the card I've already pulled from the bottom of the deck. And this is the Three of Fire, the Three of Wands. And this is a card about vision and perspective, and you're sort of forward thinking. And the thing about it is that your actions, the way that you show up in the present, does create more clarity for the future. It's so like paving it forward. So if you really want to affect your future, the more that you show up and the more that you're present, the greater chances that your future will be more fulfilling, okay, of all the things that you are aligning with, all the choices that you're aligning with in the present. When we're not present, when we don't kind of show up fully, then it's kind of like, then that's what we create, sort of sort of a combination of being sort of in and out, like a wavering. And then our future always seems to have that same kind of instability. So by being present, by showing up, you create the stability that you're looking for, and that you're going to be open for. So the thing is that I'm also getting about this card that this is saying that as you step up and you show up, okay, that you create a successful model for the future, is what I'm hearing. You create a successful model for the future where possibilities, and see that volcano is erupting in the background. So, and this molten lava that's erupting to the surface can meld, can shape all kinds and fashion all kinds of opportunities for you. And so it's like once it cools off, you can really shape it and mold it. So it's just gives this sense of passion bursting, um, launching new successful opportunities, moving forward. But as you stay open to the opportunities in this moment, um, things sort of erupt for you and are sort of coming. So basically, it's showing you from where you are now and that how she's just being present. Even with her posture, she's sitting there. She's just being present. And as she's being present, the universe is opening up for her. It's just opening up the earth, and the earth is releasing. I'm sorry, is relinquishing its essence to her, the physical essence. So the manifestations is sort of what that's representing back there. Okay, so let me just tune in and see if I'm sensing anything else. They're showing me a table of people gathered around, um, and sort of a celebration. And they wrote the word body, and they want you to. What it feels like is that they want you to, be mindful of your body as well. So, um, it, it's like what you're eating. They're writing the word shape, and I felt like, you know, at that celebration or whatever it's coming up and for the holidays and everyone's gathered around, there's a couple of things. It feels like, listen to your body about what you eat, so you don't get into this whole thing about, afterwards, oh, I've overeaten, blah 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 blah. They said it's the same lesson that you go through, and you beat yourself up sometimes, after the holidays, and just listen to what your body needs. Don't or what how your body feels about what you're eating or what you're doing. Don't beat yourself up. Just listen to your body. Your body's not going to beat you up. It's just going to tell you what it likes and what it doesn't like. Your body's not telling you what to do, and sort of like, as I say, hey, don't do this to me. It's just saying this is good for me and this isn't, and just listen and then enjoy yourself. Um, Enjoy yourself, and then also when they wrote the word, make sure you get rest. They're really emphasizing this again, and then the word shape. It sort of felt like, the event, that you have the opportunity to create the outcome. So this word shape, like that you have the ability to create the outcome if you are present and you're keep listen to your body, breathe. You have the ability to shape the outcome of a stressful event, that you can turn it into a very enjoyable relaxation, a wonderful celebration. Which is interesting because the card that comes after this always represents that, the Four of Wands. You see this event, occasion, a very happy occasion, and so, that this is their guidance to you right now, to stay in your body, to stay aware of how your body's feeling, because it's really going to be helping you and giving you signs and letting you know when you're putting too much on yourself, taking on more burdens than you need to. Let the know that, trust that your desires are always being fulfilled by through you. That there's an entire universe, and your desire knows its purpose. It knows where it's going, and the universe is cultivating that with you. And so if you allow this idea of just showing up, then the elements that your desire, the elements or the opportunities of those elements of your desire that it's set up for you, will be available to you to choose from. It's not going to give you, it's going to give you many things to choose from, but you'll know in that moment what's right if you just show up. Because remember, the universe is going to always show up. It's always present. And all you have to really do is to be present, to be aware of the right activity, the right action steps for you. Okay? So don't fight yourself. Okay? And this is the lesson. This card here, this is the important lesson that you're learning right now is how not to fight yourself, to get out of your own way, and to work with your own body's wisdom, your own um, alignment, to work with this, to manifest the peace that you truly are seeking. No matter what it is you're doing, you wanted to offer the gift of love and peace at this time. So listen, trust. All right, so I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and thank you all for joining us for um, this reading. And I'll be recording the next 2 weeks. I think I have 2 more weeks to record. So I'll be recording some readings ahead of time because I'll probably be away from the um, 23rd through like January 2nd or something like this. So I'll be recording all the videos ahead of time, and I'll probably just go ahead and post them before I leave, so they'll be there for you. Also, the angel readings during probably the 23rd to the 2nd. I will the daily card messages I won't be doing, but I'll resume them when I come back. But I will be doing daily card messages this week, the 18th through the 22nd, I think it is. So I'll be doing daily card messages and some readings this week, and then I'll pick up everything after January 2nd. So if you haven't joined us on our Facebook page, then go to, there's a link below for Facebook and where I do the daily card messages. If you want to get an angel reading and you were, or you're a new client or you're a former client, you can get that first time angel reading promotional discount, which you can find on my website, theangelschool.com, on the services page. There's a link below this video in the description box, so you can go there, and that offer is good until January 1st. And then but the first time promotional is always there, so if you're a new customer you can get that at any time, but for returning customers that's there until January 1st for you. Okay, so I send you lots of love, and God bless you all, and take care of yourself.